Today, I want to build a house in The Sims, but each room is a different bird. While there are only a few different types of birds in The Sims 4, there are thousands of species worldwide, so I thought this might be kind of a fun challenge to do as a bird lover. And I've gotten our shell started already because I was kind of going for bird's nest vibes here. And before we get into it, don't forget I am part of the EA Creator Network, so I do have a creator code Sarah that you can use when you're checking out on the EA app or thesims.com. If you'd like to financially support me, I will make a small commission, but a ton of creators have codes, so just make sure that you use someone's. And I've also been gifted a couple packs in the past. All right, let's get to the video. So we're gonna start with the front porch here, and of course I have our wheel with quite a few of my favorite birds that I personally see around where I live. And the front porch is going to be inspired by the ruby-throated hummingbird. I love these birds so much because they're like iridescent. They have a like shine to them, a sheen to them, and they look so pretty in the sun. This tile could be really good on the outside because that's like the exact color of their throat. Or we could do a greenish wood and then do like deep red furniture. I'm not against using some like typically inside furniture on the outside if it means that we can get what we want. I love this plant in that it has white rocks because they also have, you know, like a white chest. I think it could make sense to use some white decor accents here because of that as well. Oh, this bike is perfect. We can park that right there. And I kind of want to get just like a little bit of a garden table right there. I also found some hummingbird gallery art from this person on the gallery. If you didn't know, you can just search painting, or if you're looking for a painting of a specific thing, you can search that word and filter by room and see if people have uploaded paintings to the gallery. These are typically CC free and considered base game, so it is one of my favorite little build hacks. And if you didn't know, hummingbirds and a lot of other birds are actually pollinators, so I kind of want to make the landscaping out in the front here a little bit of a pollinator garden maybe. Yeah, I just want to like fill it up with flowers. I think that kind of really works and also lets us bring in a little bit more red. Ooh, and this red swatch of the rocks is kind of the perfect like ruby color. Look at the shiny drapery. It really reminds me of how like the individual feathers kind of reflect at different angles sometimes. For some reason, the lighting at night makes it easiest to see everything out here, but this is our front porch inspired by the ruby-throated hummingbird. Moving on now into the living area that's also the entryway, we are going to be inspired by, oh, the belted kingfisher. I love these birds. They're like a bluish gray with a white chest and like a rusty kind of band or belt, I guess. They have like spiky little feathers on their head and a nice big beak. I just love them. But I'm actually wondering is if we go with kind of like a rusty orangey toned wood for the floor, because that would give us the best potential of potentially carrying it over to other rooms. I feel like these houses look a lot better when I'm able to carry the flooring throughout different rooms. This flooring is perfect because it's weathered, so it has a little bit of gray in it as well, though it does not go with the brown wood that we have going on in the rest of the house. Oh no. We could change the doors to gray. Do we have like a bluish gray? This one maybe could work, but I kind of feel like it's too blue. Maybe we do a more blue undertoned one as sort of an accent wall, and then the rest we do this plain gray kind. I am going to get a couple standard entryway items, which I actually have marked as favorites with the Better Build By mod. If you didn't know this, if you have Better Build By, you can just click in your mouse wheel to mark something as a favorite, and then they show up in the favorites tab when you go to objects by function. I'm always spending like a million years looking for the shoes and the umbrella rack, so this is so useful to me. Since the door is right here by the wall, I actually don't know if an entryway table is what we want here. We could maybe use a table like this as sort of a room divider and then put a sofa right there. The very obvious backstory I was thinking of for this build is that it's ornithologists that live here. They study birds, and they came to Brindleton Bay because they received reports of pets returning home from adventures with mysterious feathers, so they're coming to investigate those findings. I was thinking maybe of bringing in these eco-lifestyle wood slats. I've been wanting to use these more. And then I was like, what if I do the little DIY TV console type of thing? But I don't know if I like how those cabinets are looking. Ooh, I slid together these two Life and Death TV consoles, and I think those look really good. I kind of like the white accents coming up the wall because it kind of reminds me of like the white feathers on the chest of the kingfisher. Sims 4 have normal sized end tables challenge. Impossible difficulty. And then what goes on this wall? Oh, maybe a bookshelf could be nice. While I do love the refined living room one, I feel like it overpowers the room. Perhaps this base game one. I don't want to overwhelm a lot of the rooms with plants unless the bird actually has green in it, but I do think for decor purposes, maybe keeping the room looking somewhat cohesive, we can add some plants here and there. And I think we just need a little bit more clutter, and that will be our living room and entryway inspired by the belted kingfisher. Moving on, I would love to come to the kitchen now, and this one is going to be inspired by the northern cardinal. Northern cardinals are unmistakably red. The females are a lighter brown with red at the tips of their head, wings, and tail, and a little bit in their beak. I do not think I should carry over the same swatch of the flooring, but I think maybe we could do this swatch. It's a very light brown. Your pets can actually find cardinal feathers in The Sims 4, so they do have this little framed cardinal feather, so I definitely want to have that in here. When you go here to look at what red cabinets we have in the game, we don't have many options. I'll tell you that much. Also, why are these tagged as red? What? For me, it's between these two because the cardinals have that black mask on their face, so I don't want to do something with a white countertop. But I don't particularly like either of these counters. I think I am going to go with the cool kitchen ones. What I wanted was like a black marble wall. I don't think that's gonna happen. We could do the sleek bathroom tiles, but maybe not around the whole room. However, if we go with the red upper cabinets, maybe the black tiling on the wall won't look that bad. Oh my god, I forgot we also have a red sink. We do have the rundown microwave and the coffee maker from the Restoration Hardware Workshop kit. Maybe we could throw those in here. Maybe they found those while they were out in the woods one day. They came across like a trash pile and someone was throwing away like the coffee maker and stuff, and they were like, it's perfectly good. We just have to fix it up and it'll be fine. The Sims 4 has been out for almost 11 years and we still only have one paper towel roll in one swatch. That is gonna stick out, unfortunately. I am considering changing up the walls to this pretty and plastic tile. I actually really like how that looks, regardless of the style of the rest of the house. I think since we have the kind of retro looking appliances, the tiles actually fit in quite nicely. And then we do have more of a red centric kitchen. All right, this is going to be our cardinal themed kitchen. Did I commit too hard to the red? I might have. That brings us to our dining room over here, which is going to be inspired by the American goldfinch. Okay. These are one of the first birds I ever remember like even learning about as a human. They are literally just bright yellow and black. They have a little bit of white as well. So flooring wise, do we do the white? I do actually think this flooring could look really, really good. I actually really like these walls, but they do not go with the flooring at all. We do have the finch feather plaque that I know we can add on the wall. I feel like we should go with this ridiculous yellow, but I don't know if I like it with this flooring. What if we did these kind of like retro tiles and we carried over a retro vibe from our retro appliances in the kitchen? So what kind of yellow dining tables do we have? Oh, this one from Growing Together. And what kind of chairs do we have? We have these ones and they look like that, like halfway between modern and retro style. And we could do some kind of like funky light fixture dropping down. The modern luxe one is kind of good. So are like these weird bulbous party essentials ones. Those kind of mirror the ones we have in the kitchen. It's kind of weird, but I kind of like that it's kind of weird. Maybe we could get some black and white art on the wall. What's making sense in my head right now is that this used to be the kitchen. For some reason they wanted to move it and that's why there are tiles on the floor. That's also why it's right off of the laundry room. Oh, we have the little food pedestal centerpiece, but what should we put on there? Maybe a random canister. Why not? Why not? Isn't there a mirror somewhere in the game that like looks like a sun? It's kind of spiky. Oh no, I think I'm thinking of the clock. Yeah, this one. Well, that'll work too. It does also add to the retro vibe. Unless we wanted to go with this really retro one. Ooh, wait a minute. I really like that one. But this area still feels kind of empty. I do like this skinny bookshelf, but I don't think that works here. I think we'll find another place for that. Maybe we just do a table like that. I thought this was like a candle holder. It's an entire fountain. Okay, I don't think we need that in the dining room. The last thing I want to think about is, do I want a rug? I kind of think a yellow one could work. I don't really want to do one that's not yellow. If we do a black one or a white one, it starts taking over the room too much. We could do a little bit of a layered moment. I'm using the tool mod to size this up a bit more precisely. If we get a black rug actually under the table and the yellow one just kind of borders it, maybe that could be a happy medium. So the table does still kind of stand out. I think I like that. I think that is our goldfinch inspired dining room. Next up, I want to move over to the laundry room, which is going to be inspired by, ooh, the common raven. Ravens are all black, so I thought it would be fun to have them on a wheel and kind of do like a color drenched room, I guess. But I also put them on there because this wallpaper has ravens on it. And the literal symbol for the life and death pack is a raven. Ravens are a fun bird. Every time someone posts one of those videos that is like, this raven can speak and knows the quadratic equation, I'm like, What? That was a little bit of an exaggeration, but ravens have shown signs of like unusual intelligence for a bird of their kind. So another thing that I thought might be kind of silly to put in here, but might work, is like a bookshelf. Not that that's really the first thing that you're thinking of putting in a laundry room, but the raven needs to study, needs to acquire knowledge. Oh, I thought I would have enough space for something like this. I kind of really want to lean into the life and death aesthetic, or like the more gothic vibe, because ravens have been quite the subject in mythology and folklore and stuff like that from times of old, which could also make sense for why we have a bookshelf in this room. Don't we have the raven on the stand that we can put in the game? Oh, wait, it's the crow that we have. Wait, are these crows? I thought it was a raven. Wait, why is it ravenwood if it's a crow, bro? Just kidding. We're not getting the bird in the room. They're very closely related birds. My interpretation is that this is a raven. It could also be a crow, but they're in the same genus, okay? They're both corvids. I literally got so excited being like, we could actually add the bird to this one. No, we can't. What we can get are these raven pictures from this person on the gallery. And I like these curtains. I'm adding another fire alarm because if you didn't know, dryers can cause fires in this game and in real life if you don't clean the lint tray. So it might be a good idea to have that here. Also, I'm gonna change this archway to black just because it works for both rooms here. And I think that will be it for our raven inspired laundry room. Moving over to this room, I think I'm gonna make it like an office area. And this one is going to be inspired by the green heron. Yes, this is actually the bird that inspired this whole challenge. I was looking at a green heron and I was like, those colors are so beautiful. I want to make a Sims house with them. They have like this beautiful deep green going on with like some rusty orange undertones, like just chef's kiss. This wall with this flooring, maybe? I almost feel like the flooring is a bit too light. Maybe we could go with something more like that. They also have like yellow feet and I think a little yellow in their beak. And not to keep bringing up life and death, but how about this desk? Am I right? Maybe here is where we could use these secret sanctuary bookcases, because look at the color of these books. Some of them are that kind of rusty red orange. I wish the wood slats had a little bit of a darker orangier swatch, because I like the idea of adding some wall dimension there. Actually, these ones from Get Famous work really nicely. What if we use this as kind of like a platform for the corkboard? Is that fun? Is that just weird? Is it trying too hard? We could utilize the wood slats and only do one bookshelf. And then maybe over here we have the corkboard with a hallway table. We could have a chair and a big lamp. I feel like a big lamp is what we need. Do I want the big lamp? That does feel very grand in the way that the rest of the office does. I keep going back to the wood slats. I don't actually know if I like them. I kind of liked the idea of the whole wall being bookshelves. Do we want a rug? That would like look really fun in here if we were not going green heron vibes. I know I just used this rug in a room in my last build, but this is a new build. I can use this rug again because it is the perfect color scheme that I am going for. I am allowed. What else can we add that is bird related? Why is there literally not that much? What the heck? We could do the Batu bird sculpture. Ooh, maybe that was like their claim to fame, their big discovery in life was whatever this bird is in Batu. I do want a little yellow, you know, for the yellow feet and beak area. So maybe they have a little journal. One of their many journals, let's be real. They probably have lots of journals about their bird adventures. I can't stop using the businesses and hobbies laptop. It's not even that different than the other laptops that exist. Maybe it's just recency bias. Just learned about recency bias. It's my favorite thing ever. Could this be also a place where the weird stone from Batu enters? All right, well, I think I'm gonna keep the office quite simple. So this is our room inspired by the green heron. Next, we're coming over to this hall bathroom, and this one is going to be inspired by, ooh, the northern flicker. I forgot I put this one on here. These are really cool birds. They're like gray and light brown, but also underneath they're like a rusty orange. They also have a little like red dot. I did put this bird on there with hopes that we would get it for like a bedroom because it has cute little like dots everywhere. I thought we could do like a bedspread that is polka dots or something. So we need to kind of alter our plan, I suppose, to do this for a bathroom. Maybe this tile could kind of work on the wall. And would that look okay with this as the floor tile because that has some of the gray? And maybe I should move the door so that it's closer to like one side there. And maybe the new sink from Businesses and Hobbies. Definitely want something more orangey or rusty. Perhaps we could go with the bath mat from Sleek Bathroom. I'm just like, is there literally anything that could represent the dots that it has all over its chest? That's like kind of close, but I'd like the dots to be black. I've been dying to find a use for this wall, but this is still not the right time. No one's ever uploaded anything to the gallery called Northern Flicker. What the heck, guys? What if I tried to do like different kind of dots here? And you see, I'm not sure that that is right either. We'd have to commit to doing like an accent wall like that. Maybe I do like the spots like this, right? To be so fair to me, the speckling isn't entirely like just circular dots. So maybe this kind of works. What if we don't go as literal? What if we use these bowls as an art piece to kind of represent the dots? And here I go, deleting each one of these by hand. I do need something that is red. We do have a red hand towel. Maybe let's do just the hand towel. Something I enjoy and find amusing about Northern Flickers is sometimes their call sounds like they're laughing at you. Like they'll be like, and I'm like, okay. I feel so excited at the fact that there are so many birds out there. We could do this challenge 100 million gajillion more times on my channel and always have something different. I don't really want to put a curtain over this window, so I'm going to make it frosted. And if you don't know how to do this, just take a window and put it over itself a few times, and the glass kind of overlaps, becomes a little bit harder to see through, and gives you that frosted glass effect. And it really doesn't affect anything else about the window. I think the last thing I want is just some type of like art piece on the wall. Maybe we could do something like that because that has the gray and the red. I think this actually looks quite nice. This is going to be our bathroom inspired by the Northern Flicker. Next, we're coming up here to our first bedroom that also has a ladder into a little like lofted area. I don't know. I put that there to get that look from the outside, and then I was like, well, maybe we'll actually make it something. Anyway, this room is going to be inspired by the blue jay. Okay, cool. 4 things you didn't know about blue jays. Cheaters! Blue jays are a fun bird. They are kind of mean. They're just like passionate about having food at the bird feeder before all the other birds. They are beautifully blue though. And so honestly, we could go a lot of different ways with this. I think blue is just gonna kind of be our overarching vibe for this room. And they have some white and black in them as well. I love this bed. This high school year's bed. Oh, that's beautiful. It might be a hot take, but I think I'm actually going to bring the bed to the middle of the room. Since the little loft area is captive to this room, I imagine this will be like their kind of desk and hangout space, and this is solely like the bedroom. This mirror is kind of perfect, and maybe space-wise it would be better to go with a dresser like that. What if we went with a black and white rug? Because I feel like everything is blue or blue-ish in here, so maybe like some sort of black and white rug. That's not too bad. We could do a wall light like this, or maybe like a decal, and then maybe we could just go with a plain white rug. We could always go fluffy rug. That might be best given we have a lot of like patterns and other things going on. We do have the blue jay feather that we can display in the room as well. This person has blue jay pictures on the gallery. I'm placing down this room. We're gonna do a little blue jay gallery wall. Oh, these are so cute. I think I'll just get a little bit more clutter, maybe make it look a little bit more lived in. Maybe this is the child of the ornithologist and their name is like Jay or Blue. Either of those work. Maybe their name is literally Blue Jay last name. Blue Jay last name. Oh, that's so their name. That is so their name. Well, I think that will be it. That is our blue jay inspired bedroom. Okay, now we're gonna make them a little like lofted space, hangout space. Maybe this is like a teen. Whatever the space is, it is going to be inspired by the mallard. The mallard. Hold on one second. I have a special guest in the video today, everyone. It is my mallard plushie, my beloved. I love ducks. I love mallards. He's going to be supervising as I build this room. The male mallard looks very different from the female mallard, but both do have a little bit of brown going on. So I was thinking we could do just some standard wood flooring in here. And maybe this is Blue Jay's streamer room. I think we could incorporate some like light browns and gray as well, and some white. I think I want green walls and then a navy accent wall. Because even though the female mallard is mostly brown, she does have a little pop of blue under her wings. So I would like her to be represented here as well. Let's get the streamer set up. Let's do that. And then I kind of want to get a camera set up too, but I think, yeah, if I put it there, it obviously does not reach over the computer. So my other idea is take this alleged stack of books and stack the books, because I know this is technically a shelf, which means I can slot the camera to it like that. Maybe that's their little makeshift setup. I would love to get, you know, the cube shelves from the Comfy Gamer kit. Maybe we could go with this kind of orangey wood swatch, and we'll just kind of fill this up with a little bit of clutter and get them some headphones and a PC tower. We need a place for the mallard statue. I guess we can put it on here. Just gotta rearrange some stuff. What about big plant? Because we're right by the window. Big plant, yes. And then I think it would be nice to kind of have like a comfy chair, a comfy sitting area. I don't want to like make the space too hard to kind of move around in. What if I did a little orange rug? Because mallards have really cute orange feet. These look more yellow though on camera is what I'm seeing, but I love their orange feet. Anytime I see a mallard, I'm like, look at your feet. And they're like, what? I don't speak English. We do have the duck feather. I'm like, maybe they've collected a few of those. What I really would love to do is get a pride flag in here. Obviously just because, but also, if you did not know, mallards have an unusually high rate of same-sex relationships compared to other birds. That has always fascinated me. So anyway, that is your fun tidbit. Happy Pride Month. Where's the new base game Pride art? Oh, whoa, I forgot this has like a little shelf and everything. Okay, wait, that looks really good right here. Also, I did not give them a laundry bin in their room, so let's put one right there. I kind of feel like one of these walls should be like a grayish, off-white grayish, because when you look at the mallard, you know, it's only the head that is green. This is gonna be our streamer loft inspired by the mallard. Moving on to the primary bedroom. This one is going to be inspired by the Baltimore Oriole. Okay. I love a Baltimore Oriole. They are like literally neon orange. It's so wild. And I would be lying if I said we shouldn't do this on the wall. They also have like a black head and back and a teeny tiny bit of white. So I actually kind of want to do black flooring. Oh, it's getting very Halloween. Can we do something like that? Is that somehow less Halloween? I kind of don't think so. Our selection of orange beds is not very large. I feel like that's kind of okay though. Like this one from Jungle Adventure, pretty solid. And then I really wanted to use like cozy kitsch kit stuff. Could put that on the wall, or we could use it as sort of like a space divider. I kind of like that because then the bed kind of has its own separate space. Perfect moment for the tiny living poofs that are actually tables. Let's do this right here. And then could I interest you all in the authority? The oranges are clashing a little bit, aren't they? This is like a mini build tip, but something that I find quite fun is to take a really tall pendant light and size it down a couple times and put that over a bedside table, because sometimes the short height is like too big, but if you size down the tall version, it's that perfect bedside height. This is perfect because it's a tree, and where do Orioles build their nests? A tree. Another tip that I have is that sometimes you can just take a random empty vase and just put a plant in it, and then all of a sudden you have a new plant. Well, I think this is going to be our Baltimore Oriole bedroom. I think I'm not getting too much Halloween from it. I'm just getting, oh, it is very orange and black. So that means our bathroom is inspired by the American Robin, and I did not actually have a lot of ideas bathroom-wise for this, but the American Robin is gray and has like a peachy colored chest. So now that I think about it, maybe we could use the gray tile from the Sleek bathroom kit and the peachy color like appliances from the Sleek bathroom kit. That might actually work so well. Yes, this is exactly what I want. How weird would it be if we did kind of like a designated wet room area with an archway into it? I've been seeing that a little bit on some home reno shows, and this swatch of the Lovestruck arch goes very well with our color scheme. Let's do the fun light in there too, you know? Why not? Why not? I'm actually so shocked at how much I use the Sleek bathroom kit. The stuff is so nice, and I was like, yeah, I really like it when it first came out, but I think this is like my third or fourth build in a row that we've used this, and I think I've only done a few builds since it came out. Maybe we'll do a couple shelves like this, because we can do that, and then we can do the soap products tray. And here I am giving you another tip. I'm going to put this shelf at the exact same height as the sink, because I really want these towels to sit in between the sinks. They don't slot to the sinks, they do slot to the shelf. So with bb.move objects on, I can put it on the shelf, size it down with my left bracket key, and use Alt to just slide it in precisely where I want it. I almost feel like it's not peachy enough. Maybe the entire wet room is peach. Ooh, Oh, the ode to antique climbing walls. Can I size that down? It kind of looks like a robin's puffed out chest. Okay, well, I think that will be our American Robin inspired bathroom. I'm glad the swatches worked out. I was kind of worried when we didn't get this for a bedroom or living area. So we are actually not done yet. We went through all of our birds on the wheel, but that's because there was one specific one I wanted to do for the backyard and I felt like would be very fitting. And that is the seagull. The Sims has these like hilarious low poly seagulls. I love them so much. And seagulls are mostly white with dark gray wings and a yellowish orange beak. So I'm wondering if there's like a stone that is both like white and gray that we could use. We could do the white stone up here and then kind of make like a pool deck area with the sidewalk slabs or like a different gray concrete, maybe this one. Oh, we do like the cushiony concrete. That always looks nice. Now, how big am I making this pool? Oh my goodness. Immediately next to the pool, I was like, maybe we could do some sand as if it's beach. You know, you're at the beach. There's the sand, the perfectly rectangular sand area. And then how do I even want to fence this in? I kind of like this one, but what do we have from Cats and Dogs? Because Cats and Dogs Build By has that very like specific coastal kind of vibe. I don't know why, but I felt like maybe we could kind of do like some fences in between half walls for up here. And so maybe we just get some, you know, the backyard classics out here. We'll get a grill right there, maybe a dining table like that. And then do these ones slot around it? And do we have a good swatch? That's like kind of a grayish wood in there, so that could kind of work. And we absolutely need to make sure that we get some things that are inviting to our birds, such as a bird bath and a bird feeder. And also out here, I want some like ground cover of plants to attract the birds, attract the pollinators. That looks so pretty. Like I zoomed out and I was like, wait, I love it. I can't not add some garden pots to my Sims builds. Did my terrain paint delete itself? I didn't even load out of the lot and come back in. And I thought it would be kind of fun, kind of silly, maybe throw a couple beach towels out here. And then just a couple proper lounge chairs as well. So I think I'm just gonna do a little bit more landscaping and let's jump into the final tour. This was every room is a different bird. It kind of ended up being every room is a different color or color palette, which I was actually thinking I should do that challenge again soon. So let me know what you think of this challenge. Let me know what your favorite bird is. What birds should I put on the wheel if I do this again? If you made it this far in the video, comment a duck emoji or just any bird emoji, honestly. Don't forget to like this video if you did enjoy it. Don't forget to subscribe to my channel if you haven't already. Turn on notifications so you never miss a video. If you want to watch another video right now, there's one on the screen linked for you. And join us at a Twitch stream sometime. I am live every weekend. I would love to hang out and chat live. And I think that's it. So other than that, I hope you have a wonderful rest of your day and a lovely tomorrow. Thank you so much for watching this video, and I will see you in my next one. Bye!